Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. I'm Cult Cinema 83, and this is another video that I'm doing for you, or I should say a live stream. We're streaming live, and it's that time of the month where it's time that we do another episode of Celebrate Physical Media. So this is Celebrate Physical Media episode 27, and yeah, it looks like it's going to be a good one, or at least I hope it's going to be a good one. That's up to you, of course. Let me just bring in, let's see, I want to have the comment section ready. Okay, there we go. We can show comments on stage as well if you want. So, okay, I think we're good and we're ready to get rolling. So, yeah, I have quite a lot of stuff to show, so let's just dive right into it. But first of all, cheers to everyone who is watching or listening, and I hope you enjoy this stream. All right, so where should we start? I would like to start with this. Hold on. So, excuse me. Before I go into my actual haul of Blu-rays and stuff, I want to start with something else because I have something special here. All right. So you might not know this about me, but I follow Kickstarter. And Kickstarter is basically a crowdfunding platform, right, for either movies or comic books, all of that stuff. You know, independent creators that want to put something out there, and you know, you can subscribe and donate money to it, and you know, stuff like that. I did this once before already with the film Itsy Bitsy, directed by Mika Gello. So if you haven't seen that one yet, check it out. It's a very fun throwback 80s giant spider horror thriller movie, and I helped to crowdfund that. I donated money to it, to the production, which I'm very proud of because it actually turned out to be a pretty good movie. So you know, that's great. And my recent one is the one I'm about to show you because I crowdfunded. I helped to crowdfund yet another project. When I saw this, I had to get into this because it's a book. I want to show you a book, and this actually goes into my love for European, you know, Italian cinema. I helped to crowdfund this book, and I got my copy of it. It's a hardcover book from Eugenio Ercolani, and it's Cannibal Worlds. It's called Cannibal Worlds, the most controversial genre ever made. This is a very big, you know, thick book, basically covering the history of the Italian cannibal film genre. I love this book. I love what they did with it. You know, look at the artwork. That's fantastic. And this is the back, of course, like I said. And I love this book. This looks fantastic. You know, it has great artwork. There are interviews in here. They covered the movies, of course, all of them. There are essays as well. You know, like let me show you some of it. At least stuff that I can show you right here. So of course you have photos and text. Let's see what else I can. There is this article about, you know, there's this article about censorship. What else? Let's see. Can I show you anything here? Again, like production stills from the films. There are, let's see, there was like, you know, there are interviews here. This is just absolute. Oh, I almost dropped it. This is a fantastic book. They go a little bit into the history of the genre itself, how it came to be. Of course, again, there was an interview with Mimi Lai, who is one of the main stars of these movies. There is really so much stuff here. Of course, articles about the animal cruelty, the infamous animal cruelty. This is such a wonderful and fantastic book about the cannibal film genre that I'm a huge fan of. It's like, what is it again? It's like 340 pages long. So it's really great. And actually, I want to give kudos to my buddy Steven from TV Nash, because TV Nash actually helped me out with this one, because he also made a small donation to getting this book made. So Stephen, if you're watching, thanks, bud, because it's here and it's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. I love this book and I can't wait to dive into it. I can't wait to start reading this one. So yeah, absolutely fantastic. So I wanted to show you that first. Cannibal Worlds, a wonderful book that I helped to crowdfund through a donation. So yeah, there is that. Let me just get the cover back on here. Hold on. All right, there we go. Because this is the actual cover right there. Anyway, so yeah, a brilliant book. So I just wanted to show you that first. All right. So with that down, let's dive into the actual haul. You know how this is going to go. We're going to start with regular Blu-rays, and then we're going to move into, box sets and limited editions and stuff. So yeah, fun times. Good times. All right. So where do we start? All right. Starting off with a relatively new label. Let me just check because, are there any comments here already? No, not yet. Okay, just testing. Anyway, starting off with a new label. This is actually called Last Slate Video. And this is like only the 5th movie that they released. So they are a relatively new label, which I think is great. We always need more labels putting stuff out there. Actually, I gave them a couple of suggestions for possible future releases. So, fingers crossed. But anyway, so this is a 90s erotic thriller that I'm a really big fan of. I remember really loving this movie, and I can't wait to rewatch it. It's called Snapdragon, and it stars Stephen Bauer, Pamela Anderson, and Chelsea Field. But again, Pamela Anderson. So this is some really great cover art, by the way, but it's a slip cover. And this is the back right there. So yeah, a 90s erotic thriller, which is really great. I remember being a really big fan of this movie. So it says here, a psychosexual thriller, this is the original poster. And again, this is the back. So, yeah, this movie was from let me just check. I believe it's 1993, I guess, I think so. Yeah, I think it was from 1993. Anyway, so it's directed by Worth, what's it called again? Worth Keider. Yeah, it's about I think it's about 98 minutes long. It's 98 minutes long, and yeah, it looks really great. So we have, of course, you have the disc right there, and we also get some art cards, of course. So let's just look at it. There she is. I don't know if you can see it, but there she is. Pamela Anderson. You know, absolute sex symbol, of course, from the 90s. Of course, she became iconic, of course, because of Baywatch. And by the way, what do you think about a reboot coming from Baywatch? Let me know how you feel about that. There is actually a reboot coming from Baywatch. Go figure. So let me know what you think of that. I'm actually cautiously excited. Let's just say that. Let's just say that. And can I show you this? What the hell? I'm just going to show you. There you go. Pamela Anderson. And then we have, I think this is a poster. Let me just unwrap that for a bit. Oh, there you go. Yep, there it is. So this is the original poster, of course, and this is the custom-made artwork. Anyway, so yeah, pretty great stuff there. Let me just get this back in here. Oh, I don't want to wreck it. Get in there. There you go. All right. So, there we go. So there are some special features here. Let's see. Calling the Shots, a new interview with director Worth Keeter. Pemmy Through the Years, a new retrospective of Pamela Anderson's filmography. Let's see. LSV Movie Night, Snapdragon with Kelsey D. I have no idea who that is, but sounds interesting. Theatrical trailer, of course, you know, the works, all of that stuff. So, yeah. Snapdragon. I'm very excited to rewatch this, actually, because, again, I remember really loving this film. So, can't wait to rewatch it. Snapdragon. From Last Slate Video, if you want to know what the label is. Last Slate Video. That's where it comes from. Anyway. All right. Moving on. I got one from Mondo Macabro, which is actually the first one I purchased from Mondo Macabro, believe it or not. I knew the label existed, but I only recently discovered them, I guess. I do have 2 movies in pre-order, though. I do have 2 movies on pre-order, which are pretty cool because I love those films, but the first one I got was actually this one, which is called Girl Slaves of Morgana Le Fay. So, excuse me. So, this is a French erotic horror film, I believe from the 70s. And I remember watching this when I was very little. I think I was like 10 or whatever. I'm very curious to rewatch this because if you go back that long, you tend to kind of forget certain things and get certain movies mixed up or whatever. So I'm really curious to revisit this one. So yeah, Girl Slaves of Morgana Le Fay, and it has a 4K and a Blu-ray. This is the back, of course, and this is limited to 2,000, and I have number 162, so that's good. Anyway, and of course you have your discs. Is there reversible artwork? Nope, there is no reversible artwork. Okay, there are art cards, though. We have art cards. I just have to look if they are appropriate to show. I think so. So this is one. Oh, they're on the back as well. Oh, that's pretty cool. So let's see. Can I show you this one? I think I can. It's a bit of a glare there. There you go. And I don't know if you can see it, but I'm trying. And let's see. Oh, I can't show you this one. I can't show you this one, though. There you go. So we have some nice art cards. And then, of course, a booklet, Morgana and her nymphs. Woohoo! Anyway, let's see what's in here. I hope I can show you some stuff. Yep. Let's see. There you go. So yeah, nice booklet. So let me just check. There are some special features here. Let's see. I believe this movie is from 1971. Yes, and it's 87 minutes long. Let's see. There are some special features here. 4K transfer, of course. Let's see. There is a short film on here by Bruno Gantilon, who directed this film as well. There are 2 new interviews with the director, Bruno Gantilon. Brand new interview with Dominique Delpierre, who is one of the main actresses of this film. There's an archive interview with Bruno Gantilon. There is an audio commentary with Bruno Gantilon and film expert Lucas Balbo. No idea, but okay. So yeah, Girl Slaves of Morgana Le Fay. Yeah, very excited to give this movie a rewatch because, again, I don't remember a lot of it, but if I have to dive deep in my memory, I'm pretty sure that I was a pretty big fan of this one, so that's why I bought it. Anyway, Girl Slaves of Morgana Le Fay. All right, let's see. Then I have one from Shameless Films. All right, Shameless Films. I picked up The Frightened Woman, or what's the other title again? Femina Redens. Femina Reden? I have no idea. I probably butchered that. Anyway, The Frightened Woman. This is a giallo film from 1969. This is the back, by the way. I've never been the biggest fan of Shameless Films in the past, but in recent years they have really upped their game, and they have much better transfers of the films, going into 4K and stuff, because their transfers in the past were a bit like murky, lots of grain and all of that, which I wasn't a big fan of. But in recent years, they're doing a much better. So, but yeah, again, from 1969, let's see, what else do we have here? This is directed by Piero Schifazappa. I probably butchered that. How long is this film again? I can't tell you. I think it's like 90 minutes long or whatever. I think so. Yeah. And it stars Dagmar Lassander, of course, Philippe Leroy, Philippe Leroy. It's so hard to pronounce, guys. I'm sorry. So yeah, pretty cool, I guess. So this is the back, of course, from the slipcover. And there are some special features on here. There is a world exclusive interview with Dagmar Lassander. I'm very excited about that one. An interview with the director and a theatrical trailer. So that's pretty cool. And this is, of course, the original key art. And this is, oh, we got a glare there. And this is the back, of course. So, and there is a disc. So we don't have a booklet or art cards or whatever, but that's fine. That's fine. I don't always need that. It would be nice, but I don't always need that. Anyway. So yeah, The Frightened Woman. All right, let's move on. We move on to 88 Films, one of my favorite labels, 88 Films. And I picked up 4 titles, actually. And the first 2 are from their new section, which is called the French Collection. And basically, they're all, erotic thrillers or erotic dramas, And so I picked up the latest 2, which are, the first one is I Am Frigid, Why? So that, by the way, that's some pretty cool cover art right there. That's not the original key art, I think, but and this is the back, of course. Is there reversible artwork? Let's see. I think so. Yep. Ooh, can I show you this? Can I show you this? What the hell? I'm just going to show it to you. There you go. That's the original key art. So let's put the disc back in. I will probably switch that around later on. This is a movie that's directed by Max Pécasse. Of course, famous French director. It's 101 minutes long. Let's see. It has a theatrical trailer. Are there any special features on here? There is a video, a visual essay by Chris O'Neill about Sandra Julien, who is the main star of this movie, and the main star of other movies in this collection, sort of French collection, of course. So yeah, it's, by the way, it's written and directed by Max Pécasse. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, I Am Frigid. Why? And this is, by the way, it's spine number 9. I don't know if you could. No, it won't focus. Spine number 9. So that's there. And the other one I picked up is Her and She and Him. Ooh, boobies. Anyway. So this movie is also directed by Max Pécasse. Pécasse. I probably butchered that anyway. Let's see. We have, of course, the disc again. The inside. We have reversible artwork. Can I show it to you? Yeah, I can show this to you. This is fine. There you go. There you go. Reversible artwork. I will probably shift those around later on, I have a comment here. Let's see what it is. It's at Noam Sachs 2937. That's a tricky name. Hi, cool. You still have physical media? Yeah, of course. We're still rocking that boat. We're still going strong, with some, French erotic drama or erotic thrillers or however you want to call it. But yeah, still going strong with physical media. So yeah. What was I saying again? Oh yes. So this movie is from 1970, I believe. Yeah, I think it is. Let's see. Are there any special features? It's 92 minutes long. Let's calm down and talk about Max Pikas, a featurette about the director. Let's see. Additional scenes from the US version, theatrical trailers, stuff like that. Not too much special features, but it's fine. And this is spine number 10, but you can't see it. So, I'm just going to. So there you go. Her and She and Him. I'm very excited to check those movies out. Anyway. All right. So then there is some Italian goodness, of course. I have to do that. From the Italian collection, I picked up Gardenia. So I believe this is like a Euro crime film, a Poliziotteschi film. I don't know a lot about this one though, so I'm very curious to check this one out. Anyway, this is the, of course, the slipcover, and we have the back right there. That is some pretty cool cover art right there. This one as well, by the way. It's really cool. It's nice. Anyway. So there is a slipcover, of course, which has the same thing. I'm going to see if I can. Is there reversible artwork? Yep, there is, of course. There you go. That's a much better one. I'm going to flip that around. This will take me a bit. Hold on. I will fix that later. It's fine. So this is the original key art, of course, and it's spine number 92. I don't know if you can see it. 92. There you go. 92. So we're getting up to 100, which is good. So this movie is from, where is it from? I think this is from 1979. So this is very late in the Poliziotteschi run. It's directed by Domenico Paolella. Let's see. It stars Lorraine Dessel, Valentino Valentini, Martin Balsam. Just a lot of famous Italian people who and actors who are in the Italian genre, of course. Franco Califano, of course. Lots of really great stuff. By the way, this is the back right here. So let's see. I believe it's just a 2K transfer, which is fine. That's fine. That's okay. Let's see. Audio commentary with Eugenio Ercolani and Nanni Cobretti. That I don't know who that is. Anyway. Gino of All Trades, an interview with writer Gino Capone. Okay, that sounds interesting. Who Framed the Caliph, an interview with cinematographer Sergio Rubini. Pac-Man, an interview with Italian cinema expert Eugenio Ercolani. There is a theatrical trailer, stuff like that. This movie is 100 minutes long, which is, not too bad. But yeah, Gardenia, really cool. I'm always in the mood for more, Poliziotteschi's, of course, that always is. And by the way, this is like a J card that was on there, which is fine. Anyway, and then we have a film from Umberto Lenzi that I'm a very big fan of, which is Orgasmo. Starring Carol Baker and Lou Castel. This is from 1969, and it's spine number 85. If you can see that, there you go. So yeah, directed by Umberto Lenzi, of course, written as well. Colette Descombe is in this movie as well. Tina Carrero, a lot of that famous stuff. Carol Baker is in this one, of course. one of her many collaborations with Umberto Lenzi. This movie is fantastic. I love this movie. It's so good. It's a great giallo in the genre. You have the reversible art book there. Anyway, the only thing I'm kind of bummed about is that I ordered this from eBay, and it said that it was going to have a slipcover with it, and it doesn't. And that's kind of disappointing. So I was like, oh man, why say that then? Like, why would you say that you got a slipcover with it when you really don't? So, which is, I mean, it's fine. Ultimately it's the movie that counts, but I'm still bummed about it a little bit anyway. So, but yeah, I mean, anyway, this is a great movie, and I can't wait to rewatch this. So, yeah, Orgasmo, pick that one up. All right, so moving on. Let's see, where do we go? We go to Chameleon Films. As you know, I'm becoming a very big fan of Chameleon Films. They are releasing so many great titles from Hong Kong. They are very focused on Hong Kong cinema. I love Breaking News. I love Exiled, I should say, Motorway, Sparrow. They did so many great films, and they have released 2 new ones, which I'm going to show you right now. And the first one being A Hero Never Dies. This is, of course, a Johnny To movie, which, again, I don't remember a lot about, so I'm very excited to rewatch this one. But, I'm a big Johnny To fan, so, why not get this? And, why not get this indeed? So, A Hero Never Dies. There you go. This is number 8 from their collection that they have done so far. So, this movie is from 1998, of course. It's 98 minutes long, which is a pretty good run. So let's see. There is an audio commentary with Hong Kong cinema expert Frank Zheng, a new interview with co-screenwriter Yao Nai Hoi, if I pronounce that right. Let's see. Excuse me. I don't know where that came from. An interview with action choreographer and actor Huan Bun. I probably butchered that. A new interview with Milky Way image sound designer Martin Chappell. Escaping Fate, a new video essay on A Hero Never Dies. Let's see. Theatrical trailer, an interview with actor Yo-Yo Moon Kai Wai. Yo-Yo Moon Kai Wai. Okay. I have no idea who that is, but okay. So, yeah, pretty great. Let's see. This is, of course, the inside, where you have your disc. And, of course, we have a booklet as well. Rich with text and essays and stuff, information about the film and the director and stuff. Really great. And by the way, how cool is this image? It reminds me from the time in which I used to smoke, which I don't anymore, so don't worry. But yeah. Anyway, A Hero Never Dies, and of course an action crime thriller from Johnny To from 1998. So very excited to dive back into this one. And then we have a movie that I'm really excited about because I loved Motorway, which I have as well from Chameleon Films. and now they released another one of Soi Chang's movie catalog, which is Accident, directed by Soi Chang. Soi Chang. That's pretty cool cover art. Look at that. That's pretty great. So yeah, there you have it again. Accident. And this is number 9 of the collection, of course. Let's see. We open it up, and then of course we have reversible artwork. Well, I'm gonna flip that around later on, so you know. Let's see. So this movie is from 2009, and this is 87 minutes long, which is not too bad, you know, which is pretty great. So there's an interview with Soi Chang on this. Audio commentary by Adrian Martin, film critic. A video essay of Accident by filmmaker Zach Kloss. Theatrical trailer, The Making of Accident. That's pretty cool. And theatrical trailer, of course. So, yeah, that's pretty great. I believe both of these are 2K transfers, which is which is okay, I guess. You know, you don't always need 4K, but you know, it is what it is. And there is also a booklet, but before I go into that, let's check some comments here. So we have at Acres of Movies. I'm sorry if I mispronounced that. At Acres of Movies. What are your favorite special features lately? Woo! That's a tough one. You know what? I'm not really sure. You know what? I'll say this. You know, lately I've been getting more and more into film noir, which I love. I'm becoming a very big fan of noir. I'm really falling in love with film noir. And you know, I got some box sets and Blu-rays and stuff, and they have some really great special features on it. From covering like the genre and what it means and all of that and stuff, and how they were made and all of that. So I would probably say those are my favorite special features at this point. So yeah. Acres of Movies also says, thanks from Stacy. Is that your real name, Stacy? Well, anyway, if it is, thank you, Stacy, and you're welcome. Thank you for the comment and the question, and you're welcome. You're welcome, and thank you for stopping by. That means a lot. Anyway, let's see where we have more. Acres of Movies says as well, have you seen Wheels on Meals? Actually, no, I haven't seen that. That's an interesting title. I haven't seen it. Is it good? I don't know. I haven't seen it, so I can't comment on that. Acres of Movies also says, have you seen Strange Love of Martha Ivers? Great noir, thanks. Oh, okay. Well, there you go. I will write that one down. I will remember that one. Strange Love of Martha Ivers. I remember that one. I will remember that. Thank you. I will look for it. For sure. I will look for it. So thank you. Thank you for the recommendation. That's great. Thank you. Anyway, where was I? Oh yeah. So Accident. We have a booklet here as well. And let's see, of course, the cast and the crew and stuff. Again, lots of essays and stuff. Some nice photos there. Rich with text and all of that, and of course, production stills. So really great stuff, and I can't wait to rewatch this one. Because this one I actually do remember. I do remember Accident, and I remember loving this a lot. So I can't wait to rewatch this. This is probably going to be one of the first movies from my haul that I'm going to rewatch. So, Accident. Great action thriller from Soi Chang, of course. Yeah, Accident. All right, let's move on. Where are we at? All right. Okay, I have two from Vinegar Syndrome, and they're both Euro-Italian movies, which, of course, that's where my love lies, of course. That's where my biggest love lies, of course. And the first one I picked up is The Card Player, directed by Dario Argento. Now, I understand and fully acknowledge that, this movie gets some very mixed reactions. And I will completely agree that this is not it's not among Dario Argento's best work. But I don't know, I guess it's a guilty pleasure because I really enjoy this movie. It's basically murder on internet, really. This came around at the time where the internet was sort of like starting off and sort of appearing out of the ether, so to speak. So Argento really took that and rolled on that sort of train, I guess. The internet was upcoming in a big way, and that's when he made this movie. And it's basically about murder on internet, and I think for a giallo, I think that's a pretty cool concept. It doesn't work always all the time, but I think for me it's actually a really enjoyable movie. So what can I say? The Card Player. Let's take this out there. This is the original key art, of course. It does remind you a lot of what's that movie called again? It does remind you a lot of Fear.com, right? That's a little bit like, that's kind of what it looks like. It's the back, of course. And we have 2 discs. There is no booklet, but you can't have everything. This movie is from 2003, and it's 103 minutes long. Directed by Argento, of course. Let's see. It stars, Stefania Rocca, and Liam Cunningham is in this movie. Sir Davos. Liam Cunningham is in this movie, which is pretty great. Let's see. Who did the score again? Was it Goblin? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I can't find it anyway. Well, anyway, it doesn't really matter. The Card Player. There are some special features here. So there's an interview with Stefania Rocca, an interview with, there it is. Interview with the composer Claudio Simonetti. That's who did this. Yeah, that's who did this. Like in War, a brand new interview with makeup artist Sergio Stivoletti. An interview with the editor. Let's see. An archival interview with Dario Argento. Another archival interview with the screenwriter. Another archival interview with the set designer. An archival interview with Fiore Argento. Who is that? I'm not sure. Behind the scenes stuff, theatrical trailer, all of that, stuff like that. So, yeah, what can I say? I'm a big Argento fan, and as a Argento fan, I couldn't pass this up. I really, really enjoyed this film, Sue Me. So, The Card Player. And then we have a really great Italian zombie film, which is called Bacterian or Panic. Um, this is a zombie film that only has one zombie in it. Kind of like House by the Cemetery. But yeah, a zombie film which only has one zombie in it, which is kind of crazy there. It's the back, of course. And this is the original key art. There you go. So this movie is from 1982, and it's 94 minutes long, and it stars Janet Agron and David Warbeck, of all people, which I think is great. It's directed by Tonino Ricci. Let's see, what do we have here? There are some special features here. So let's see, an interview with the makeup effects and FX artist Roberto Ricci, an interview with the makeup artist Adriano Carboni. Let's see, theatrical trailer, stuff like that. There is a audio commentary on here as well, with Eugenio Ercolani, of course. So yeah, there are some pretty cool special features here. And of course, we have 2 discs. One of them is the 4K, of course, and the other one is just a Blu-ray. So there you go. So that's Bacterian. This is such a fun movie. This is just, this is some great zombie gore fun. You don't have to dive deep into the subject like Žalos or Poliziotecki's do, but these are such fun movies to watch. And they have so much great atmosphere in this as well, which is pretty great. So why not? I had to have this Bacterian or Panic. All right. I have a new comment. Let's take a look at that. Acres of Movies again. Acres of Movies says, also, I love They Drive by Night and Detour, and Blue Dahlia for noir. Okay, okay, thanks for the recommendations. That's great. I will write those down and remember those. I will look them up for sure. Thank you for the recommendations. That means a lot. That's great. Thank you. All right, so where are we? Okay, we are going to Treasured Films, which I'm becoming a very big fan of as well. And they're doing some great stuff, not always stuff that I'm personally interested in, but sometimes they do things that I'm interested in and excited about. One of them being The Last Shark. Now look, I get it, all right? I completely understand that this is totally a ripoff of Jaws. This is a total and utterly ripoff of Jaws. I get it. I completely understand. This movie is just so much fun, though. It's like, and you know what? The shark looks fake as hell. The shark looks so fake, but I don't know. I really love what they do with these sharksploitation movies, and you know what? There are some really fun characters in there. It has some great action. In a sort of way, they're kind of like the Vietnam films from the Euro-Italian or the zombie films. They're just fun romps that you can just relax and have fun with. So The Last Shark is one of those. It's directed by Enzo G. Castellari, of all people. The guy who did High Crime directed this. That's kind of great. What I do love though is this. I do love that in these like shark exploitation movies, they actually use real shark footage, um, and sometimes they even, you know, use trained sharks to do stunts and stuff. Like for example, the shark hunter or whatever. You know, they or in zombie flesh eaters, they actually used like trained tiger sharks to perform like the scenes underwater, which is really, I think that's so fantastic. I think that's so inventive. And this movie has some, you know, stock footage of sharks as well, which is pretty great actually. So yeah, the last shark, I mean, just look at that. That's so dumb. It looks so fake. It looks so fake. Anyway, this is the this is the original the original key art. Uh, it's so great. I can't, you know. It's of course you have your disc, you know, and there's also this like booklet here, Great White, and on the on the back it says Great White Facts. This is so fun. This is so ridiculous, but it's great. I mean, like, okay, look at that picture right there. Like, look at that. It's like so. It's so ridiculous, but I love it. It's you know, of course, you have lots of text in here. Again, you know, you know, again, these movies aren't to be taken seriously at all. Not like the Jalos or the Poliziotetskis or whatever. But these are just, they're just fun romps that you can have fun with, and without thinking too much. And it's actually, they're pretty entertaining films, you know. So, you know, what can I say? I mean, you have guys hanging from helicopters and stuff. So, you know, what's not to love? Okay, let's see. Where were we? I can't find the year that this was released in. Hold on. I think this is from like 1981 or whatever. I think it's something like that. I can't find it anyway, but I think it's 1981, something like that. Anyway, it's 82 minutes long, so it's not that long, you know. Let's see. There is a audio commentary with Eugenio Ercolani, of course. An interview with Enzo G. Castellari. An interview with actor Massimo Vanni, an interview with the producer, an interview with another producer, a video essay by Mike Foster. Let's see what else. Theatrical trailer, all of that stuff. Yeah, pretty great. And this film stars Vic Morrow of all people. So you know it's gonna be, it's gonna be sleazy probably, but and it has a soundtrack by Guido and Maurizio De Angelis. So that's great as well. So yeah, what can I say? It's just a lot of fun. What can I say? It's just a lot of fun. I really enjoy these movies, for what they are. But we also got from Treasured Films this one, The Medium. This is a fantastic film. It really is. I'm so happy that they released this. So let me just take this out. This is the original key art. And this is the back, of course. This is a great film. I'm so happy that they released this and got the rights for this. This is very much in the vein of Suspiria, you know. This is a great sort of gothic supernatural horror film that has some giallo elements to it, you know, but it's really great. It's really great. So let's see. Can I find it anywhere? This is from 19. I believe this is like from 1971. I believe it is. I think it was 90. Yeah, I think it's from 1971. It was. It's directed by Silvio Amado, and it stars Sherry Buchanan and Martine Brochard, one of my favorite actresses of the Euro-Italian cinema. Philippe Leroy is in this one as well, which is great. So, yeah, I mean, what can I say? Of course, you have your disc. And of course, we have a booklet as well. Let's see what we can show. There she is, Martine Brochard. Again, rich with text and stuff. Are there some pictures in here? I think there are probably. Yeah, there are. There you go. I really love this film. This film is absolutely great. I might discuss this in a podcast someday. I'm sure I will get to that at some point. Yeah, The Medium is really great. So let's see. What do we have? We have an audio commentary with Jonathan Rigby and Kevin Lyons. Okay, very cool. There is an interview with Sherry Buchanan. There is an interview with the writer, Claudio Fragasso. There is an interview with Martine Brochard on this. Fantastic. Let's see. A essay done by Silvio Amado and Eugenio Ercolani. A look at the composers in horror. That's great. Wow. Okay, that's really cool. Let's see. Theatrical trailer, all of that stuff. So, yeah. By the way, rest in peace, Martine Brochard. You were great. You're a great actress, and I will watch this in honor of you. I will rewatch this very, very soon because I love this movie, The Medium. So there you go. And what a great package this is. So there we go. We have that done. All right. Now moving on to one of my absolutely favorite labels that are out there, which is Severin Films. I love Severin Films. Severin Films is very busy becoming one of my absolute favorite labels that are out there. They are putting out great stuff, stuff that is for me, which is great. I love this stuff. And I'm so excited, and I want to sing their praises all the time. So, Severin, this one is for you. So let's start off with this one with Adam and Eve. This is, well, it's Adam and Eve. It's, no, honestly. This is a sort of caveman film that was kind of like one of those rip-offs from, Quest for Fire, which I own. But the Euro-Italian cinema, they decided to do their own sort of takes on Quest for Fire. Iron Master is one of those. There are many other examples from this. Master of the World, of course. And so is this one. So, sheer cinematic insanity. Parts, let's see. Parts that may or may not have been in the Bible. Dinosaurs, a bear attack, cannibals bashing people's brains in. that's some bonkers. That's some bonkers stuff right there. So can I show this? Yeah, I think I can. There you go. So Adam and Eve. That's a pretty cool. That's pretty cool poster art right there. That's pretty cool artwork. So this is the back. I can show it to you. Amazingly ridiculous and gloriously awesome. That's pretty cool. So this movie is from 1983. It's 90 minutes long, which is not too bad. It's directed by, let's see, who directed this again? It's directed by John Wilder. I'm sure that's a stage name. I have no idea. I might have to look up the real name actually, but yeah. So it stars Mark Gregory and Andrea Goldman in her only film role. That's pretty insane. In her only film role, Andrea Goldman. So let's see. Pierangelo Pozzato. It's produced by Enzo Doria. There we have it. It's directed by Luigi Russo. That's who it is. So there you go. Let's see. Who did the score for this? Does it say on that one? Oh yeah, it's music by Guido and Maurizio De Angelis, of course. There are some special features here. It's a theatrical trailer and the Forbidden Cut, an interview with editor Gianfranco Amicucci. Amicucci? Yeah. So, yeah, pretty great. And then, of course, you have the disc. So this is one of those bonkers movies, that you have to see to believe. It's like, it's so sleaze and it's so B movie, but I really love this. I love this stuff. So I can't wait to rewatch Adam and Eve. And this is not like a biblical film. This is just a K film that happened to have two biblical characters in it. So there is that. But yeah, Adam and Eve. All right, moving on to some Jess Franco goodness. Starting off with "She Killed in Ecstasy." That's some great artwork right there. Look at that. That's some pretty great artwork. That's the back. A hallucinatory descent into erotic insanity. That says it all, really. But no, it's pretty great artwork. Let's take this out of the slipcase. We kind of have the same, artwork again. And can I show you anything? I think I can. Yeah, this is the back right there. A must own for Franco fans, and it's a singular experience. Yeah, pretty sure it is. So this is, of course, directed by Jess Franco, who also wrote it, I think. Again, it's like an erotic horror film. Let's see. It stars Soledad Miranda, Howard Vernon, Paul Mueller, and Eva Stromberg. So pretty cool cast there. Let's see. This is from 1970, and it's 80 minutes long. So it's not too long, you know. Um, of course, we have 2 discs, 4K and Blu-ray, and there are some really cool special features on this. Ecstasy in Rage, an interview with Stephen Thrower, very cool, author of Murderous Passions, the delirious cinema of Jess Franco. Stephen Thrower is one of my favorite movie critics after Kim Newman. I think Kim Newman and Stephen Thrower are my favorite film critics, which is great because, you know, they cover a lot of the stuff that I love. So, you know, that's always great. In the Land of Franco, part 13. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. I don't know what that is, but okay. Jess Killed in Ecstasy, an interview with Jess Franco. Sublime Soledad, an interview with Soledad Miranda. Oh, that's really cool. And then Paul Mueller on Jess Franco, an interview with Paul Mueller. And then there is a theatrical trailer. So that's pretty cool. So, yeah, it's great. All right. So, I understand that Jess Franco is a very acquired taste. Jess Franco absolutely is an acquired taste, for sure. But for me, I'm one of those guys that actually I happen to love his cinematography. You know, I love his body of work, and I can't wait to go into see Killed in Ecstasy once again. I can't wait to watch this again. It's really, great. All right, and the other one is Vampiros Lesbos, also from Jess Franco. The pinnacle of Jess Franco's career. Of course, that's always up to debate, and that's always, you know, subjective and stuff. But, you know, let's see. A fantastic experience. A fantastic example of the director's work, a stunning performance of Soledad Miranda, and a boundary-pushing eroticism from early 70s European cinema. Yeah. So let's take this out of the slipcase. And of course, we have the original key art. And the back, of course. So Jess Franco's magnum opus and a mind-expanding psychedelic experience. So again, this is a sort of erotic horror film that has vampires in it. Again, it stars Soledad Miranda, Eva Stromberg again, Dennis Price, Paul Mueller. Yeah, pretty great. A deeply erotic work. So yeah, and this one is also from 1970. It's 89 minutes long. Of course, you have again 2 discs. And let's see, we have special features here, of course. Again, an interview with Jess Franco, an interview with Stephen Thrower. Again, let's see, a Jess Franco career appreciation by Academy Award winning filmmaker Sean Baker. That's very interesting. That's very cool. Sublime Soledad, again, an interview with Soledad Miranda, and a theatrical trailer, I think. Yeah, I think so. So there you go. Pretty great. You know, that's what I'm talking about. Like Severin Films is so... they do such a good job releasing these films, and you know, and they're all films that I'm interested in. So, you know, kudos to Severin Films for this. Vampire Lesbos. All right, so then we have. Let me just Take a bit of a sip there. Um, then we have some Mario Bava goodness in A Bay of Blood. They released this a while back. Mario Bava, of course. I'm a big Mario Bava fan, and look, I fully I I fully acknowledge and understand that this, A Bay of Blood is nowhere near his best work. This is far from his like Mount Rushmore of filmography, but it is a very enjoyable film. I actually covered this movie on a podcast with Stephen from TV Nash, in which we talked, about this movie in like full length and great detail. So if you want to know what we thought about it, look for the podcast on my YouTube channel. It's there for you to see and listen to. So yeah, A Bay of Blood. This is the back, of course. One of the greatest horror movies of all time. Yeah, not really. But, it is what it is. So that's the slipcover. This is, of course, the original key art. And, of course, you have the back right there. One of Mario Bava's best. Yeah, again, I don't think so, but okay, it's fine. It's all subjective, I guess. It's all subjective. So, the slasher film is Born as well. I'm not sure, but okay. So this movie was from 1971, I believe. Yes, and it's like 90 minutes long, around that sort of era. 90 minutes long. Let's see. It stars Claudine Auger, Luigi Pistilli, Laura Betti. The special effects are from Carlo Rambaldi. A score by Stelvio Cipriani. I'm sorry, I butchered that. So yeah, and basically we have 5 discs here. There are 5 discs in here. Look at this. This is pretty extensive, Like, so we have 5 discs. Like there are 2 4Ks. There is a Blu-ray. And then there is like another Blu-ray, and there is a soundtrack CD, so that's pretty cool. And then there are like tons of special features. I can't name them all, but again, there's an interview with Stephen Thrower. Let's see what else. Interview with Lamberto Bava. An interview with Dardano Sacchetti, of course. The screenwriter of a lot of these films, theatrical trailers, the works, all of that. An interview with child actress Nicoletta Elmi. That's pretty great. So yeah, it's pretty great. Is this the best Mario Bava movie out there? No, of course not. Absolutely not. But it's a fun, decent watch, and as a completist, I couldn't pass this up. So what can I say? But if you really want to know my thoughts on the movie, again, look up the podcast that we did, and you can listen to all of my thoughts and musings about this movie. So, A Bay of Blood. And then the last one I got from Severin Films is a film directed by Ricardo Freda. And like The Medium that I showed you earlier, like The Medium, I really love this movie. This is a Italian Euro Gothic horror, very much in the vein of, Hammer films and stuff. I'm talking about the Ghost. This is a great film. This is the back right there. Ricardo Freda's masterpiece. Yeah, maybe. I tend to agree with that, at least in some part of it. But anyway, this is the original key art. And we have the back, of course, again, of the disc. So yeah, a must-see for all classic horror fans, absolutely. And a pivotal film in the evolution of Gothic horror. Yeah, totally. Anyway, so this movie is from 1963, and it's 95 minutes long. It stars Peter Baldwin, Harriet Medlin. Let's see, and it stars the, of course, gorgeous and fantastic Barbara Steele in this. We all know Barbara Steele, I guess. So, yeah, pretty great stuff. It has a score by Francesco De Masi. Yeah. There are a lot of special features here. Let me go through some of them. An interview with actress Harriet Medlin and Tim Lucas. Okay, interesting. What else? Till Death Returns, an interview with Roberto Curdi, author of Italian Gothic horror films. Okay, that's very cool. Wounds of Deceit, a video essay on Barbara Steele by Dr. Alexandra Heller Nicholas, author of 1000 Women in Horror. Oh, that's really cool. Wow. Okay. So, a video essay by Tim Lucas, theatrical trailers, and all of that stuff. So, then, I forgot something. And then, there is also a documentary, Executioners, Masks, and Secrets, Italian Horror of the 1960s. A documentary which is 80 minutes long. Wow. That's great. I will definitely watch that. So a 80-minute documentary about Italian Gothic horror. That's wonderful. I'm definitely gonna watch that. And of course, we have all the discs here. So yeah, what a great release. Absolutely great release. I can't wait to dive into all of these great things here. Anyway. All right, so those were my regular Blu-rays. Now we are going to dive into some limited editions and box sets. And the first ones are coming from, again, Vinegar Syndrome. Because I'm quite a big fan of Vinegar Syndrome. What they release isn't always my cup of tea, but sometimes they have like real gold in there, and I have to pick it up. So, and one of those were actually this one, the films of Hisayashu Sato. So again, the films of Hisayashu Sato. I hope I didn't butcher that. So these are all like Asian pinky films, like pink violence, pink eroticism and all of that. Basically category 3 films, they are basically category 3 films, which I think is great. So there are three films in this box. So we have, I'll show it on this one here. So we have Rewind, Lustmord, and Love Letter in the Sand. That's like, and by the way, very sturdy box there. So this is the Blu-ray, the disc. And of course, we have our discs in here as well. So I think there are two discs. So one of them probably has two movies on here, I guess. I would think. All right, so these movies are coming from, let me just check. The letters are one of them is coming from 1987, which is 58 minutes long. 1988, 64 minutes long. And again, 1988, also 61 minutes long. So they're not very like long features or whatever, but it's fine, you know, it's fine. There is a lot to love here. So we have three films. I'm not going to go through all of that information. I'm going to name some special features here. You have interviews with the director. You have theatrical trailers. You have interviews with some of the actors and actresses. Again, theatrical trailer, all of that stuff. So there is a lot on here. There is a lot of stuff on here. I can't go through all of it, but you know, I really love Asian cinema, and especially from like the 80s, 90s, and stuff. And this stuff is great. I mean, it's like I love my category 3, pinky violence movies and stuff. There is a great booklet. Of course, there is a great booklet here. There you go. And just the amount of care and love they put into these boxes are absolutely fantastic. So the films of Hisayashu Sato. I probably butchered that. Now this is volume 1, and there is a volume 2 and 3 already. So I will probably pick those up as well at some point. But for now, this will have to do. But I'm very excited to get into this. I'm very excited to get into some Asian video nasty, stuff like that. Anyway, and the second one is actually one of my childhood movies. One of the first movies that I watched when I was a kid. It's also a erotic thriller from the 90s. And I remember this movie vividly because, even though she used to be a great singer and performer, she wasn't that great of an actress. But she is actually quite good in this one. So I'll give her that. But I'm, of course, talking about Body of Evidence. Body of Evidence, This is, again, a 90s erotic thriller, an act of love or an act of murder, And this movie stars Willem Dafoe, Joe Mantegna, Annie Archer, and Madonna. Madonna is in this movie, which is really what can I say? This is the original key art, of course. Let me see. Again, let's see. There you go. So yeah, so this movie is from 1993, of course, as well. It's 101 minutes long, which is a great length for films like this. It has a score by Graham Revell. It's directed by Uli Adel, if I pronounce that correctly. Um, it also stars Julianne Moore and Jurgen Prochnow. So it's a great cast. Let's see. So there are some special features here. We basically have two cuts of this movie. You have the 101 minute unrated cut, and then the 99-minute R-rated cuts. The 99-minute cut, of course. So yeah. Let's see. Then we have an interview with Uli Adel. There's an interview with the cinematographer Douglas Milsom. Let's see. The Madonna and the Whore, a video essay by Jennifer Mormon. Making of featurette, theatrical trailer, all of that. So that's pretty great. These are the discs, of course. And again, we also have a nice booklet. There she is. "'Tis not a crime to be a beautiful woman." I believe that was one of the lines from the movie, I believe. Again, lots of text and stuff about the film. Is there any photos in here? I don't think so. Not a lot anyway, but anyway. So, yeah, I mean, this is a really great release. I understand that there aren't a lot of people who like this film, and I totally get that. Because, like, let's be honest, this is not like the best erotic thriller out there. But again, it's all about fun for me. It's all about enjoyment, and this is a pretty damn enjoyable movie. And it's it's erotic thriller, so which is right up my alley. So why not? I had to have this. So, Body of Evidence. All right, let me see. I think I had no more comments. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I ran through all of the I think I ran through all of the comments for now. Okay, that's fine. So we'll move on. Anyway, going to Arrow Video. We finally we reached Arrow Video. Arrow Video has kind of fallen out of favor for me. I mean, they do still release some good things occasionally, but I feel like Arrow Video has become way too mainstream for me anyway. This is just me. This is my personal subjective taste, okay? I think for me anyway, Arrow Video has become way too mainstream, which I don't like as much. I love the cult films and stuff, that's where I'll go. So I will go to other labels for that. But, sometimes they do release some really good stuff. I will give them that. And two of those things I picked up, and they have arrived at my house. So the first one being Excalibur. I can't believe they got the rights for this. That's fantastic. I love Excalibur. This is a great dark fantasy 80s film. It's all about, of course, it's all about the Arthurian mythos, the sword and the stone and all of that stuff. Merlin, King Arthur, and all of that, the Lady in the Lake, all of that stuff, which is great. But yeah, this is a great release. Again, nice sturdy box. There we go. And there we have the back right there. And I think we have like 2 or 3 discs in here. I think so. It's like, oh, there we go. Yeah, it's 3 discs. We have 3 discs there. Does this have reversible artwork? Let me see. Yep, it does. I don't know. Maybe I will switch that around at some point. For now, let's just keep it. We have some art cards, so let's go through those. Oh, am I doing it the right way? I don't think so. Yeah, I have to go. There you go. There you go. And we don't need this. Okay, fine. All right, so those were art cards. Then we have a poster, of course, which let me just unwrap this for a bit. If I can make it work, we'll see. Yeah, there we go. So this is the arrow key art, of course. And this is the original key art, which is pretty great. So we have a poster, which is pretty cool. Oh, get in there. There you go. And then there is this really nice thick book. There is the Sword and the Stone, of course. So let me just see. So we have like nice like text and photos again. Some nice photos and of course history about the legend of King Arthur and stuff. A lot of great photos in there, as you can see. There you go. So great book. And then, of course, there are like tons of special features. I can't go through all of them, but there are like interviews and audio commentaries, and I believe there is like a making of and theatrical trailers and all of that. The making of Excalibur, stuff like that. I can't go through all of it, but it's really great. I believe there are like 2 versions of this movie on here. One of them is 141 minutes long, and the other is 120 minutes long, which is like, that's a pretty big difference, you know. I'm not sure which version I watched when I was like a young kid, but I'm not sure. But yeah, this movie is from 1981, by the way. And what is it? Is it like? Yeah, it's English. It's directed by It's directed by John Boorman, of course, who also did The Exorcist 2, which we discussed at great length on a podcast with Jody from Jody's Movie Realm. You know, if you're interested in that, look up the episode and listen to it. It stars, of course, Nigel Terry, Helen Mirren, Nicholas Clay, you know, Nicole Williamson, stuff like that. You know, just a great cast. And yeah. And I believe that the score was done by, let me just check. I'm not sure. Was this a Jerry Goldsmith score? I'm not sure. Who did the score? Trevor Jones. Sorry, it was Trevor Jones. Yeah, Trevor Jones did the score for this one. Just yeah, you know, I love these 80s, you know, medieval fantasy, dark fantasy movies, you know, and I'm so happy that they put this out. So, you know, Excalibur, you know, what's not to like? All right, there we go. And then the other one that I bought from Arrow Video is one of my favorite horror movies of all time, or I should say horror miniseries of all time. You might not know this, but I'm a very big fan of Tobe Hooper. We discussed Texas Chainsaw Massacre and Poltergeist like way back a long time ago on the podcast. So if you want to know how we felt about that episode, you can also watch and listen to. But I'm a very big fan of Tobe Hooper. And when I saw that Arrow was putting this out, I had to have it because not only is this one of my favorite Tobe Hooper movies, this is also one of my favorite Stephen King adaptations. I'm obsessed with this movie. I'm talking about Salem's Lot. Look at this. This is a fantastic package. Absolutely phenomenal. I love this movie, this miniseries, whatever you want to call it. I love it. It's great. So this is, of course, one of the original key arts. Of course, you have Kurt Barlow on there with the house. There you go. And so there are 2 discs in here. We have 2 discs. There you go. One of them has the original TV miniseries version, and the other one has the theatrical version, which is very interesting. And then we have this fun little sort of sticker or card which says, you know, Salem's Lot, population 2013, which is really great. So this was released in 1979. And so the theatrical cut is 110 minutes long, and the miniseries is 183 minutes long. So it's 3 hours long. That's the version that I always watch because it's the best one. So, you know, just listen to the cast here. You have David Soul, James Mason, Lance Kirwan, Bunny Bedelia, Lou Ayres, Ed Flanders is in this movie as well. Of course, did I miss anyone? I'm sure I did, but yeah, I think those are like the main ones, of course. So yeah, great cast. There are some special features here. We have audio commentaries. There is an interview with a Stephen King biographer, Douglas Winter. Let's see. I can't go through it all, but film appreciation featurettes, theatrical trailers, audio commentary with Toby Hooper, stuff like that. There is like a lot of stuff on here. And it's a 4K restoration, so that's pretty great. So it's going to look fantastic. Then we have this really great and thick book. This is like, of course, this is one of the vampire children floating in front of the windows. And of course, there is James Mason with Kurt Barlow, his master. So we have this great book. There he is, Mr. Barlow himself. It's the house. Again, lots of text and photos, interviews. And photos and stuff. Really great book. And then, of course, we have a poster as well, which I will show to you. Let's go crazy. There you go. Le Notte di Salem. Le Notte di Salem. Oh, they did the Italian title. That's interesting. And then, of course, I believe this is like one of the original key art posters. So, yeah, pretty great poster there as well. Oops. Oh, there we go. So that's there. Oh, there we go. All right. So, yeah, I mean, what a great release. I love this one. I adore this movie. I can watch this movie every year and it never gets boring. And it's one of the scariest vampire films that I have ever seen. So, if you haven't seen Salem's Lot yet, check it out because it's really, really great. It's really great. So, there you go. Salem's Lot. Thank you, Arrow Video, for releasing this masterpiece. In my opinion, it's a masterpiece. Anyway. So there you go. Salem's Lot. Where are we? I think we're almost done. I have 2 left. I only have 2 left. So we're almost done. We're almost done. I'm saving the best for last. So, just to let you know. Anyway, but I have 2 left. The next one is from Imprint Films. Now, I love Imprint Films. The problem is that while their releases are absolutely fantastic, the amount of shipping and like transfer costs that I have to pay to get things from Australia to the Netherlands is insane. So, I can't buy a lot from them because then I would basically go bankrupt. Even though I really love a lot of the things they do, but I just, I have to make choices. I have to make choices. However, I couldn't pass this up because this is an awesome release. Now, we're going back to the 90s erotic thriller yet again. This, everybody always says that Basic Instinct is their favorite erotic thriller. And I love Basic Instinct. Don't get me wrong. I love Basic Instinct. It's one of my favorite movies of all time. However, it's not my favorite erotic thriller. The one I'm about to show you is my favorite erotic thriller. Because it's great. It's great. I'm talking about The Last Seduction. Now, this is my favorite erotic thriller that I have ever seen. This is a fantastic movie. See once it all and see once it now, which is absolutely true. All right, so the quintessential neo-noir erotic thriller comes to 4K for the first time worldwide in this 4-disc set packed with special features and a hardback booklet. That's awesome. Really awesome. So before we go into all of that, let's just take this out. So first of all, we have this one, The Last Seduction, which is the 4K. So as you can see, it's Linda Fiorentino, Peter Berg, Bill Pullman. So it's a great cast. Music by Joseph Vidarelli, directed by John Dahl. Really, really great stuff. This is from 1994, of course. It's like 2 hours long. There are so many special features on here. This, by the way, this is the theatrical cut. So I guess the other one is the director's cut, probably. But anyway, there are so many special features here. Interview with director John Dahl, an audio commentary with John Dahl, an interview with Peter Berg, an interview with Bill Pullman, an interview with the cinematographer, an interview with the editor, deleted scenes, alternate ending, theatrical trailer. There is no interview with Linda Fiorentino on here, which is kind of odd, but I don't know. Maybe that's because she has kind of fallen out of favor, I guess, because of her infamous history with her husband and stuff, things that we're all familiar about. But there are 2 discs in here, so this is a great release. Most people have a dark. Oh, there we go. Most people have a dark side. She had nothing else. So yeah. So there's that. And then we have this one. The Last Seduction is the noir edition. So this is the noir edition and the extended edition, of course. So yeah, like I said, 1994. It's 2 hours long, I guess. Still, I guess it's a little bit longer than that, probably. 128 minutes. Sorry. Yeah, there you go. It again, audio commentary with John Dahl. Um, so yeah, I mean, I forgot. It also stars G.T. Walsh and Bill Nunn are in this film, which is pretty great. Yeah. So again, we have 2 discs. Which is pretty great. Oh, there we go. You are my designated fuck. I can't believe I said that. Okay. Anyway, I'm probably gonna get demonetized for that, but it is what it is. And then we have this, of course, this hardcover book, which is really great. Actually, it's quite firm. So let's take a look in here. There she is, of course, Linda Fiorentino. What a beautiful woman. Absolutely beautiful woman. So I get this. Oh, there we go. Okay. So again, there is like lots of text there. But there is also like a lot of photos, photos from the film, which is really great. Yeah, really great booklet. This is a fantastic release from Imprint Films. And, I couldn't pass this up because, the thing is, I have been looking for this movie for like forever, and I couldn't find it anywhere. I was like, oh man, I'm probably never going to get this. But here it is, and it's from Imprint, and it's fantastic. So Imprint, kudos. You go, Imprint. So, and this is, by the way, this is like spine number 498. So it's they're still going strong. So, but yeah, an absolute great release from Imprint, and I can't wait to dive into this film yet again, and relive my childhood, so to speak. So yeah, there we go. All right, so we only have one left. There is only one more thing to do here, and that is show you my favorite release. This is my favorite release of the last couple of months. Okay, now you might not know this. I don't think I have ever shared this on my YouTube channel, but as a kid, I had one TV show that was absolutely my jam. It was my favorite. This was my favorite TV show when I was a kid. I had the toys, I had the action figures, I had the soundtrack. I had a poster, I believe I did. Stuff like that. I had all of it. I had the episodes on video cassette, VHS. I had all of that, and it was great. But then this show sort of disappeared from existence, right? Because it was never aired again, at least not to my knowledge. At least not in the Netherlands where I live. It hadn't been shown anymore ever since that time in my life. So I was kind of bummed out about that. But then I saw that they were announcing this box set, which had all of the episodes, and the specials and all of that. They were gonna release the entire show on Blu-ray in a box set, and I was like, I don't care how much this cost, I have to have it, and I did. I pre-ordered it, and it came to my house, and I have already watched some of the episodes, and it's great. I'm reliving my childhood right now. It's great. Without further ado, let me show you my favorite purchase of this haul of the last couple of months, reliving my childhood memories with Thunderbirds. I adore this show. This show is fantastic. I love this show so much. Look at this. Like, look. This is so great. It's so, like, look how thick, look how big this is. This is awesome. Of course, you have the hood in the on the back there. I mean, this is so fantastic, and it's heavy. It's like heavy. It's really, so let's dive into this. So first of all, let me just take this out here. There we go. First of all, again, like, really firm box, and there is so much stuff in here. There's so much stuff. First of all, there is this. Let me just show you. I can't unwrap it all, but anyway, there is this. This contains, like, all of the episodes from the show, right? So I will try to unfold it a little bit. I can't show you all of it probably, but I will do my best. So you have all of the discs in this casing here, in this box. All of the discs with all of the episodes. I'm already in the process of rewatching everything. So it's been a great journey. Of course, Thunderbird 2 and the Mole, and Thunderbird 1 and what's it called again? The airplane, the infamous airplane, from the pilot. This is so fantastic. Thunderbird 3 and 4 right there. So that has all of the episodes, and then we have these posters, which, let me just try and show you this. So these are posters from some of the episodes. This is Brink of Disaster, which is really, this is just fantastic stuff. Absolutely fantastic stuff. There are more of those, there are more of those. I'm not going to unfold all of them, but anyway. But we have a lot of those, like posters and stuff, which is really great. And then there is this, like, really thick book. And this book basically has it's basically the episode guide. It has all of the episodes in it. And then there is, like, a lot of, trivia and facts about the episode, and how the episode came together, how it was made and stuff, how it was written, things that, puppets and vehicles that they later used in other episodes and stuff like that, and rebuilt and stuff. How they did the miniatures, and how they did certain, like, underwater scenes and stuff. It's just really, it's really great. It's really, really great. I love this stuff. I really, really love this stuff. There is another one that I wanted to show you. I don't know where it is. Oh, there we go. You know how they filmed, models and stuff with basically live animals, as you can see, Attack of the Alligators, which is one of my personal favorite episodes. But yeah, there is so much stuff in here, information wise. It's really, this is really such a great book. And then thank you for the Thunderbird fans by Jamie Anderson, like the daughter of Jerry Anderson, of course. It's just this is really this is such great stuff, and this is one of my absolute favorite purchases that I have gotten over these last couple of years, and I'm so happy to own this because again, this is my childhood. I'm holding my childhood, and that's very important to me. So I'm so proud and happy that I'm able to own this box set now, and I can rewatch these episodes and enjoy my childhood, relive my childhood for as many times as I want, and I'm super, super happy about that, and therefore this is my favorite purchase of the last couple of months. The complete Thunderbirds collection. What a amazing package this is. Absolutely love it. Great show. And yeah, fantastic box set. So there you go. And that's it. That's my entire haul for the last couple of months. I have a lot of stuff. I have to watch a lot of movies. Now I just need to find the time to do it. But you know what? Eastern is coming up, so maybe then. And I have a long weekend off. Maybe at Eastern I will be able to go through some of these fantastic movies that I got here. So anyway, but yeah, with all of that down, I think it's probably time that we close off this stream. Let me just check if I missed any comments here. I don't think so. Nope, I don't think so. It's been pretty quiet in the comment section for this one, which is fine. So yeah, without further ado, let's just close this one off. Everybody who has been watching and listening, thank you all very much for stopping by or checking this out. I always appreciate that. I will be back with more videos as soon as possible, of course. Stay safe and healthy as always. Have a good weekend. Yeah, I have a lot of great things planned, but you'll see in the future. I hope you'll check them out. Again, have a good weekend. Have a good week. And I will see and talk to you guys very, very soon. So with that down, bye, everyone. Catch you all later.